I want to take a moment. Hope everybody has a good Wednesday out there, if it's Wednesday. So I want to take the time to discuss with people because I know a lot. People are so in their emotions, man, sometimes I got to come back down to reality and be and philosophize in a space of emotional thinking. Okay, so yeah, people when I leave people's reality, it really, really fucks them up. Okay, so you can imagine people I've been around with for a very long time that they really going through it right now. So I'm not gonna act like that I don't know that's happening. Yeah, of course that's happening. If I was around somebody like myself, I wouldn't want to leave that person's presence either. Why? Well, because when I'm in their presence, I feel like royalty. You know what I mean? I feel like royalty. Imagine being around an individual who's not trying to do anything to you, don't have no ulterior motives, and every time you're around that person, you feel like you're at a higher echelon, right? And then all of a sudden that person just leaves. Well, what happens? Well, you just kind of fall. It's like you kind of just fall back down, and you fall real hard. And then you looking back to see if I'm feeling some kind of way about, or if I changed since the last time I've spoken to a person. Nah, I haven't changed. And the only thing, they've watched me get better. And then they're stuck in their emotions. They're like, what just happened here? Does this dude even care? Of course I care. That's why I spent all that time people pleasing. Of course but you know what? I know when you cut the cord, man, it's gone. It's not there anymore. It's like I told y'all, I'm reborn a lot of times. I'm always constantly being reborn. Okay? That's why my energy can never be drained or anything like. I'm constantly being reborn. And you be reborn, you got the umbilical cord, it's still there, takes the nutrients from the mother. When you cut that motherfucker, it's no longer taking nutrients from the mother. That's when the separation between the mother and the baby really first starts. When they cut that damn umbilical cord. Okay? Now people want to know, how are you able to go on like your relationship with these individuals never existed? Maybe because it didn't. Everybody has their own mind and how they perceive reality. In my mind, when it's time to go, it's just time to go. And I always look. People thought that I spent a lot of energy trying to make them feel good. Actually, I didn't. That's just who I was. That's what I've been trying to tell you motherfuckers the last 2 or 3 weeks since this people pleasing word came up. It takes me, what people call people pleasing, it takes me no energy to do. Like, I treat people how I treat. It takes no energy for me to treat people how I treat myself. Like zero. So they be thinking that they're doing something to keep me on a ship, and actually they ain't doing shit. And it feels really self-defeating, I guess, once they realize that. Then it just get, man, these people, they just get too much caught up in their emotions, man. And I ask the justice system this, those who watch everything, do you honestly think that I could be out here like this to myself, not talking to nobody, no friends, no nothing, if I wasn't on some kind of higher echelon level of self-awareness, authenticity, transparency? Allah has 99 names, with the 100th name being Allah, right? And all those attributes, like the Bible, Christian Bible says that everybody is a God, children of the Most High God. It goes like this: there's 99 names of Allah, and each one of those characteristics that you get is the closer you get to God, which is the self-realization of yourself. I told you guys once before that there ain't no such thing as God. All there is just higher consciousness. So when you got the 99 names of Allah, and you start to, like, let's say somebody out there got 15 of those characteristics down pat. out of 99 names. And let's say somebody like myself got 35 or 45 of those characteristics down pack. Well, I'm going to be closer to being like God. People are going to see that individual who has more of those characteristics as being godlike. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So imagine not just a normal human being who probably only got 5 of those attributes down pat. Imagine running across somebody that's got like 45 of those attributes down pat, and all of a sudden they just gone. Well, that would feel like God left your life. It'll literally feel like some part of your soul been snatched up. You see what I'm saying? But just getting back to the point here is that people thought that I gave a lot of myself to them. I didn't. That's just who I naturally was. I guess that's a shock to the system. It leaves people wondering who I am as an individual, or is there really something? It leaves people really messed up. I know. And I knew that it would leave them messed up when I left. Believe me, there were times where I was in relationships with people, I'm talking about like family and stuff like that, where I would say in the back of my head, now this motherfucker know that if I just stopped talking to them, it would literally destroy them. And I knew that years before I even stopped talking to them. So it's not like I be doing shit on purpose, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. If somebody is making your environment dangerous, you got to, and you find out about it, you got to go, right? You don't go back to somebody who's making your environment dangerous, who's making your environment unstable. People can only treat you how they treat themselves. That don't got shit to do with me, man. And people keep trying to attach cords to me like it does have something. That don't have nothing. The way people's feelings has nothing to do with me, man. Unless I'm actively doing something against them on purpose. All I do is just go out here, guys, and be myself. And it just baffles people. And it baffles me. Why that baffles people? Because they don't know themselves. That's why. It's just that simple, man. People wondering, man, did I really love them in the first place? Of course I did. But I never let that get in the way of my evolvement, and I don't suggest that anybody else should either. How you gonna evolve when you constantly depending on another motherfucker for anything? When somebody dies, they die. You don't go with them, right? And part of me, believe it or not, even feels sorry for these people that I had to leave them. Yeah, part of me feels sorry for them because I know they ain't shit without me. I know that they ain't shit without me. They ain't. It's like I just left them. They just, once I left them, it's like they became a zombie. Totally. When I left them, they never worked on themselves. That has nothing to do with me.